What's happening, people? The Doc here. It's a little after 12 midnight here. And I figure I'd take the time to review this album that I've been a fan of since 2013 when I first discovered this artist. I'm speaking, of course, of Lustmord, the one-man dark ambient, dark soundscape project headed up by Brian Williams. He's considered the pioneer of dark ambient music. He started this back in 1980, has released over 20 albums. He's also done a lot of film scores, video game scores as well. He's also a sound designer. He comes up with this various sounds like that last gunshot towards the end of the movie with instead of that final shot to end this war between the good guys and the bad guys. You basically get what I'm trying to get at here. This is an album that we're listening to in the background. It's called Rising. It was released in 2006, and a very peculiar story behind this album. This was recorded during the 40th anniversary of the Church of Satan. It was recorded on June 6, 2006. He basically was invited by the Church of Satan to do some background music for this particular ceremony. And from what I understand, it was all just a bunch of talk, talking about this, how temptation is good, and all that stuff, satanic stuff, which, by the way, I don't really get into. I'm not a Satanist. And by the way, neither is Brian Williams. He doesn't believe in God or the devil. He is an atheist. And I read in an interview that he even mentioned to the staff of the church saying that he is a strict atheist. But then again, they probably paid him lots of moolah to do this ceremony, So, that's probably one big reason why. Now, the music itself, as you hear in the background, is very dark. It's very dense. It's very frightening when you think about it. Basically, if you're in a abandoned building somewhere in the middle of the night, and you hear a few things rattling in the background, whether it's birds or bats, if you're doing ghost investigating or just walking around in an open field during the winter time, snow on the ground, fog in the all around you, this would be the perfect soundtrack for those both scenes right there. And also, this would make great music to play in the background when you're passing out candy during Halloween. The drones on this album, basically, there also features a few snippets and samples from past Lustmord albums like Purifying Fire, and a few snippets that will be later on a couple albums like 2008's another album I recommend. It also features a couple of stuff here, I guess it doesn't feature from that album. I was referring to The Place Where the Black Stars Hang, another classic. The album itself, as I mentioned, is very dark. It's very dense, but it also grips you. It also takes you into a particular place, a place where you're kind of afraid to go to, but yet you can't help but go into because the curiosity overwhelms you. Now, you got to give it up to Williams. He knows how to conjure up those feelings. He also knows how to conjure up those kind of thoughts and emotions as well. albums like these and the ones I mentioned, including Metavoid, Purifying Fire. He seems to do all that. And we can't also forget Heresy as well. That came out in 1990. So the album's called Rising. It came out in 2006. It was first released on Vaultworks Records, later reissued on Ant Zen Records, and I think it was in 2014 or 2013, I think it was probably in 2013, if I'm correct, If I'm wrong, feel free to correct me, folks. Definitely check it out if you like your music dense and dark. This is one of the albums I highly recommend. Okay? I'm Dr. Earl. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel. Hit that like button and leave a few comments below. Don't let the boogeyman get ya.